Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of the No ID Podcast. I here have host, creator, executive producer, director, editor of Sarcasm Orgasms, Will DeFresh. How you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I can't complain. How about you, man?
A little tired, but we good. So
yeah, I hear that.
My man drinking apple juice, supposedly.
Okay, and I had breakfast this morning, bro. You know.
This morning it's 2:00.
Yeah, but still, I've been sipping on the same orange juice out the carton for like the past hour. Can't go wrong with apple juice.
Yeah, that's serial killer status, right? Do you put ice in your apple juice?
No, I don't. That's way too much. That's what white people do. So
I don't know nothing about that. You know what I mean? I like to play my part and chill out. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, playing my part.
It's cool. You know the crazy thing is I don't trust girls that put ice in their milk. If you put ice in your milk, ice in your orange juice, ice in your apple juice, drive a Nissan Altima Maxima, and eat french fries with a fork, we ain't gonna talk.
Or drink Hennessy straight out the bottle while driving.
Well, I don't know about that one because drinking and driving is a little different because they make a cup holder, so that's entrapment. So what the fuck is the cup holder for?
Conceal or concealment.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It's nice to be on here, man. I want to say I'm honored because, you know, of course we met on Instagram and I've been following your stand up. You're really funny. You dope. And then of course I did have the pleasure of you being on when I did a pod a couple weeks back. So I appreciate you having me on, man. I really do.
I appreciate you being on. We just been a little busy up here for whatever reason.
Yeah, it never stops. It never stops.
It never stops. It's like having 3 jobs. You got your 9 to 5. You got your podcast.
Tell me about
you got the things.
Tell me about it. And you try to keep up with people about what's going on. That would be more on your end about when is my episode dropping and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm only one person. Like, there's not much I can do. People don't understand about the edit aspect that goes into this shit. It's so much. It's so much, especially when you do it all by yourself. So that executive producer title you gave me, that is true. That is really true.
I don't edit. I gave up on editing. I would say after my 2nd season. I just went straight raw. And then, like, you're right, editing is hard, but the hardest one is the guest. Meaning, I don't know if you had it, but bro, I've been stood up by some small names and some big names numerous times. And after a while, I was like, man, fuck it. I'm going to unfollow them off Instagram. I ain't going to like no more of this shit.
Well, I'm trying. I've tried out there, you know, to hit some big names, some small, and even intermediates. So I'm still trying to reach out, but I still try to stay in my lane. I don't try to be reaching people that will not get my podcast, but I still try no matter what. Because we all know nothing beats a try but a fail. So I still try to see what's going on, if I can get them or not. But I ain't gonna like try to like get Drake or nobody. So
I tried.
Really?
Yeah, I legit sent the DM to him. I was like, look, man, you know, I tried Drake, Nick Cannon, Kevin Hart, Angela Yee, Tiffany Haddish. I tried a lot of big things. I said, I'm gonna just try it. I know they're not gonna check them, but I'm gonna just try it. And now it's straight spam box. It is what it is. Straight spam for me.
You know, for me, I could say I was some intermediate ones, and even if they didn't respond, it still says seen. So that's a win for me. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, I think the biggest one was maybe about a month ago. I said Spike Lee one and went to spam, and then it said scene. I'm like, okay, that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. I got no issues.
What I found out with the intermediate, big or small, with the guests you try and get is they actually scan your page to see what you're doing. And I know people don't really, well, like, they'll scan my page. I'm like, nah, I can't do it, because they'll see ass and titties on the page, and I'm like, yeah, can't get them after this. I'm like, yeah, but you, like, listen to their message. I'm not talking about ass and titties. I'm like, one joint was like, yeah, I can't do it. You got too many dominatrixes on your page. I'm like,
What? So, is that all where you find your guests through Instagram, or you go somewhere else?
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, but it's mostly Instagram. To be honest with you, it's Instagram. And I have a template that I use for DMs and email, because sometimes I'll send both. And I was like, look, I try and book you. I'm a comedian out of Chesapeake. I'm trying to book you for this. And, my podcast has been featured on X, Y, and Z. It's about X, Y, and Z. And then I send them that. But if it's like one of these intermediate or one of these people, comedians that I actually really look up to, I'm like, look, I remember watching you on Comedy Central or BET Comic View, or saw your clip on, whatever. I seen them on. I'm like, man, I'm a big fan. I'm trying to make it too. I just want to be able to, give you your flowers and, you drop some jewels off. That's pretty much what I do. But
yep. I know one that I had hit, and it was after a conversation you and I had when we was DM back and forth. I hit TK Kirkland, and yes. And here's the thing. He saw it. He seen it. He read it. He was like, okay, give me your number and I'm going to call you. Gave my number. And so my thing was, like, on my phone, if I get blocked numbers, they automatically I don't receive them. And then they go to whatchamacallit. Then he left me a message. He was like, hey, I'm calling to blah, blah, blah. But it was his assistant. So I'm like, okay. I got back with him, and now we're supposed to, like, set up something way, way in the future, because he's just, like, booked with shows. And I'm like, that is a win for me. I can't complain about that one. I really can't. Just knowing the fact that I will be sitting down with a big comedian that I used to see in the 90s. Saw a lot of his movies and stuff that I still follow to this day. It's like, it's a win. You have to try no matter what, no matter how big or small it is. So,
yeah, TK is a goat. A goat. Like, he's one of the ones that that's very, like, not slept on, but he's, like, just a goat. Like, if people don't realize, like, TK Kirkland, and I hope he's listening to this one day when you do your interview, when y'all link up, like, yo, Ron gave you flowers. TK Kirkland brought the hood niggas out to the shows. You understand what I'm saying? He was on tour with Cash Money roasting the dope boys and shit like that. This man, if you have Tubi, for anybody out there, TK Kirkland is who you need to look up. If you're a comedian, you want to deal with a heckler, TK Kirkland is the person that you want to look up. If you want to realize how to do some smooth jazz with your comedy and make it, like, natural, TK Kirkland is the guy that you need to follow, man. That guy is a fucking genius. I just finished watching the one he did in New Orleans, and it was back, I think, 2018 or 2019. It had to be a little old, because that's when XXXTentacion showed up in, like, the opening scene of it. And, yeah, so him. I remember I tried to get Bodacious up there on my shit, and Takara, and rest in peace, David Arnold was one, and I had the DMs on his, and he was like, hit up my assistant. I hit up the assistant. I ain't getting nothing back. Oh, no.
Look at your face is priceless.
Bullshit.
Yeah, You still gotta try. And you know what? I got a question. So I had listened to your interview you did with Sydney Starr. How did that come about? Was this through Instagram?
Yeah. Damn. I've known Sydney for a little bit. You know, she's real cool, you know, and I don't care if she probably not listening to this at all anyway, but with Sydney Starr, what you see on the internet and TV is not what you see in person. It's a complete 180. She's calm, cool. She laid back. She just like, hey, you just got to keep going at it. And that's what she kept saying. Just keep going. Fuck what everybody else thinks. And just keep going. She was real cool. Real dope. You know, interview. So I don't know what she's doing now outside of OnlyFans and, you know, other movies and stuff like that. But just DMs and just DM somebody, man. Especially now with the lockdown and monkeypox and COVID. Well, I'm being honest with you, you know, everybody now looking to get some exposure. So regardless of how many followers you got, some people just want to talk.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep going at that and just keep reaching out to people and see what happens. Because I'm always down for dope interviews. I am. Even for the normal people, I still want to get like that one celebrity where I think, man, this could like set a blaze. It just takes one moment. So,
yeah, I had a couple. I thought it was gonna like really like do it, and they did for me. I fuck what they think. Diallo Riddle was like, okay. I remember Sherman Showcase Southside on HBO Max, and him writing for Jimmy Fallon, and I was like, oh, I gotta get him. And he was real chill, just dropped jewels off. And then Michael Kyer, D Militant, Sydney Starr, of course, Nori Davis, my favorite professional wrestler, Shane Taylor. Shout out to him. He's actually getting some recognition again because he deserves it. He deserves his flowers. And they just dropped jewels off, man. And I don't think it's really about like how big the celebrity is. These things like gonna make it viral, because I think we live in a world now where, you know, we want to get that good interview, that good viral clip. Honestly, it's like, it really don't matter. It's like, it don't matter the guests. It just the matters of like the content, like what you talking about, like that shit that, you know, like we was talking on yours when I was joking around on yours. Like, man, you funny as hell. And I was like, yeah, I was just being me. And I was just talking shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit was, my God. Just some of your facial expressions, and then when you explain it, like you had the whole panel just fucking speechless because they didn't know what to say. But anybody who is listening, make sure you go on YouTube and you check out the panel that I did with him and 3 other good brothers. It was seriously, it was man talk. We had a great conversation. The topic of the conversation is, are men crazy or calculated in relationships? And from he brought that comedy. He did. But I want to ask you, how did you get into comedy? Like, how did that start for you?
Okay, all right. Well, this is the Sarcasm Orgasm takeover on No ID, so we're going to go ahead.
Yeah, you damn right. Okay. Because you still owe me an interview anyway, so.
I went to comedy school in 2019. I took a class at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. It was about $250 to do it. The first day I went, it was an introduction course where it was just, hey, next week you better come with your money or you're not going to be able to come at all. I came with my pops. My pops paid half. I was going every Sunday from like 12 to 4. And I had a textbook. It was really just a notebook with some paper in it. And they had questions and topics that we had to, you know, write on. And I wrote them. And I just got into it. From there, I started taking acting classes because I wanted a manager. You know, when you come out of comedy school or you do your first open mic or showcase or whatever, you're like, oh my shit, like, boom, I want to get a manager. I'm going to start traveling on the road. You know, I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going to open up for Steve Harvey. You know, it don't work
Wishful
that
thinking.
way. It don't work that way.
Yeah, that's true. Wishful thinking.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna go open up for Steve Harvey. I'm gonna be like the Junior Kings of comedy or something. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I started taking acting courses at the Performers Playground, which is like $5 a week, and it was dope because it was really like no Wi-Fi, no cell phones. You couldn't use your cell phones for shit in that building. It was just pretty much you got to use your brain and some pen and paper, and you would go up there. You do your comedy, you do your improv, you do monologues, and it was from 8 to whatever time they got out of. And I remember it was times I was coming out that class 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and going to work. But the knowledge that you was gaining from everybody in there, because everybody was trying to either be a comedian, musician, poet, learned a lot. So it was like really networking, picking brains. And I had a couple of teachers that I credit. It was my funny bone teacher was Tim Lulis, but I had Marlon Hargrove and James Cooper, we call him Pop, and we had Rev. I don't know what Rev's first and last name was, but they just called him Rev, right? So Marlon would come early, and I loved Marlon. Marlon moved to Atlanta, and I would go early in the morning, not early in the morning, but early in the afternoon, like maybe like a couple of minutes before class started, to go pick his brain. I would get topics for my podcast. I would get, different comedy stuff that I was supposed to study. And he was like, man, you need to study this person. You need to study that person. You need to get this book. You need to get that book. You need to do this. And I would do it. I would go back and I would go to Barnes and Noble, get it, and just do it and come back to class. And be honest with you, they were brutally honest. So if anybody was going to go there, just know you're going to get 2 weeks of like leisure. But then that third week, they're going to get in your ass about something. And then after I would perform, I would go back there on the same day. Like I would do open mic on Thursdays. And then I would pull up at the Performers Playground and go get chewed out about something I ain't do right. And I would go, it would toughen me up. And I would keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Then, of course, COVID happened. It shut down for a little bit. I think they just got to start back up. So I'm going to end up going back there now, especially now since I'm like popping a little bit. And just go from there.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. I won't ask you no questions because it's your podcast. So you go ahead. You do that.
No, you good. I actually did a podcast with these two girls. They got a podcast called Two Chicks and a Dick. And they took over the podcast and just asked me every goddamn question they could think about. I said, just go ahead and take it over. I could care less. I'll just brand it as yours and put it underneath my banter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So how did Sarcasms and Orgasms start? I thought, where did the name come from?
It really came from, I started a podcast back in January because I travel for work. So I was sitting in my hotel when I got in and my brother was like, yeah, bro, you start a podcast. I'm like, okay, whatever. Then he told me about Anchor. So I was sitting there, I was doodling about just names and I knew I didn't want it to be like The Will Show because that's so vague. That's so fucking vague. Like it sounds nice, but then it don't hit the spot. So I wrote, well, I want to be sarcastic about things. So I wrote it down and then I wanted to have a name play. So all these things are going on within 15 minutes of me writing out names. And I had at least 35 that I wrote out. It was like sarcasm and Will, sarcasm with Will and sarcasm with a little bit of orgasms. And then that came, and then I scratched that out, and then it came sarcasm and orgasms. And then before I even like registered the name, I went and did research, and nobody really had it. So that's how sarcasm and orgasms came about. It really did. But now it's like I've gotten a little bit of name recognition, but every time someone hears it, they still think I'm talking about sex. And none of my episodes don't have nothing to do with sex. over the 100 episodes I got in audio and some 40 on YouTube, none of them got nothing to do with sex. Not even an orgasm. So,
welcome to my hell.
yeah. And then I even came up with a synopsis of it, so it's easier for people to understand. But they still don't get this shit. So if you're not a smart person, I'm about to break it down for you. All right, we're gonna go elementary. So sarcasm orgasm goes like this: we all got sarcastic moments, but through those moments we get a euphoric high. Euphoric means coming in your brain and not your loins. For the dumb people in the back. Yeah,
I'm gonna let them. Okay, all right. My brain is coming. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Not my draw. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, not your draws.
I see you got merchandise now. How's that going? Because I saw like an ad. The Instagram ads was popping up. How's that going?
It's going well. My brother and I were, joint venture between his company and mine. It's going well. We started like almost a month ago. I've sold about 100 shirts and it's been nice. I'm waiting because it takes like about 2.5, 3 weeks to get my shirt. So I ordered one myself to sponsor it and brand it. And it's nice. It's really nice. Anyone who's interested, go up, hit the website on Instagram. You can get it small all the way to 5X for $20.
So I can get any size.
Any size.
For $20.
Yes. Well, you can get small all the way up to 3X because 5X, that's more material. So that's ranging for about 25 with tax. You're looking at about 28, 29. And I think shipping is included, but it really depends on the shirt from my understanding from the deal we did with the company we went with. Because we went with Shopify. Yeah. So Shopify.
I ain't even done the merch yet. I have rebranded No ID several times. I didn't go audio. I didn't go video until I got like a big interview that was Nori Davis. I was like, they ain't gonna believe me. I got Nori, but they hear his voice. And the logo. What I started off with calling it the Blueprint Podcast, of course, because Jay-Z is my favorite rapper. Everybody had Blueprint as they shit. So then I was like, oh, I'm gonna call it my mom was like, you should call it Rome Wasn't Built in a Day. I was like, yeah, some people slow in the background. I think that's a little too long to type. I think that's a little too long to type in there. People ain't got the attention span to type in Rome wasn't built in a day.
No.
Yeah, I think that's too much.
I can't believe we live in a land full of slow people, but the slow people make the most creative shit in the world. I don't get that. That is so ass backwards.
Then like what's the shit? Then I came up with No ID. So let me just do No ID. I said I'm gonna just do No ID and keep it pushing. So everybody's like, oh, that's a dope name. But see, I do mine's proper. Is if you go on Apple Podcast, Spotify, whatever, you got to type in NOI.D. That's what it is. No ID. I do it proper. And people still mess it up. I'm like, yo, you ain't got to put it all together. Just No ID. And that's it. So when I watched this interview, Earn Your Leisure with Carlos Miller.
Yeah.
He was like, you can't call it a podcast no more. I was like, what? It was like this media room, you got to call it a talk show or something. So then I call it instead of like on Instagram, it was No ID Podcast. It turned to No ID TV. Then it turned to No ID Vibes. Then I just say, just stick it to No ID Media TV. And I just do comedy interviews and skits on my shit. And that's been working well for me. What about like your name, Will D Fresh? Is that like, I know your name's Will, but where did D Fresh come from? Like you put deodorant underneath your arms and you smell fresh? Or?
Yeah, I always smell fresh. Always have to. So it came from when I was in high school. Everybody used to like call me Fresh Prince because I don't look like Will Smith. I never have. But just I was always dressed nice. Because my dad was one of those. I want my kids to look good. So, but we was like dirt poor, but we always had like really like the freshest stuff. So that has always stuck with me. I've always used fresh, and day, that's a French word. So it's Will of Fresh. That's where I came up with that.
That's cool. I'm simple, Rome Davis. You know what's crazy? I actually used to call myself like, because my first name is really Jerome. I just shortened it to Rome because of Martin, that whole Jerome in the house shit.
Romy Rome.
Yeah, that shit. I hate it. I hate it. I only let like 3 people call me that shit. I hate it.
Okay, Rome.
Yeah, they'll call me that shit.
Jerome's in the house.
Oh my God. I wrote a bit on that. Like, this shit's annoying, bro. It's annoying, man.
Like you just like start, cat walking up to the stage and start saying, "I say Jerome's in the house."
I hate that shit. Them fighting words, bro.
Come on, man! Don't get so butthurt. Don't be a little bitch. Come on now.
I ain't butthurt. It's just the shit. You hear that joint all your life, man. It's just like, all right. And it'd be the same for like, all right, it was like either Jerome in the house or when it got glasses. If you were black and wore glasses, you were automatic. Hey, Urkel.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I used to wear glasses and I stopped. I hate wearing glasses. I wear contacts nonstop, or half the time I don't wear contacts. Only time I wear glasses when I'm wearing contacts, and that only happens on a rare occasion. So I feel you. I used to get teased a lot because like I had like really big thick glasses, like almost bigger than yours, because my eyes are that bad. And I got teased about a lot in middle school, then high school. And then once I graduated and went to college, I had like dropped them. And then that's where like a little bit of Will Day Fresh followed me, to college. So trust me, I get it. I used to hate the Urkel name. I hate it to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Now I didn't have like the little rope like he did around and in the back. Nah.
I don't think it mattered. They still called you like Urkel. They didn't care. Like, there's no accuracy. Like, I look nothing like Steve Urkel, and he was like, "Oh, you're Urkel." I'm like, okay, let's come up with something original. But now, them same people that try and do it now, like we were saying earlier, I dare you to try it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will invite you. Come here.
Yeah, Romy Urkel.
Like, yep.
So with your comedy thing, what's it like when you go from like one to a small venue to a big venue? How does that even work? Like, does your agent or you book them? Like, do you know where you're going?
Well, I don't have an agent.
Okay.
I don't think I will ever get one, at least not right now. You just like we do, like Facebook and Instagram, there's Facebook groups out there, and you join them, and they say, well, we got an open mic. Come in. Open mic is like a practice. The showcases is like the game, right? So open mics is where you just try new shit all day. You see what works, what don't work. What don't work, you go back to the drum board, try and redo it again, and you just go around. Like these last couple of weeks, it's just been a little crazy. Like I've been doing, showcases on Fridays and Saturdays back to back. Like one week I had 2, next week I had 2. This is the first time, actually last Saturday was the first time I just had 1 in a long time. So I drive around from Chesapeake to Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Richmond, DC, and I'm not getting paid at all.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
I think I got a free drink ticket yesterday. So, and I don't drink. So I'm in there. Everybody's got alcohol. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. So.
Wow. Okay. Like none of this. You're not getting paid for nothing.
No, you got. This is like the most humbling career field that you can go into is comedy, because you got to get your name out there to get paid. And sometimes, honestly speaking, if you're the funny one, you're not going to get booked for paid shows. Like, if you're funnier than a lot of people, they're not going to fuck with you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they see that you're if you're going in your own lane, you're not following behind nobody, you're not kissing no ass, you end up pretty much just, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just keep doing my own thing until something takes off. And that's what it is. I do virtual shows, so I don't have to leave the house sometimes. I can just put on a t-shirt and stay in my boxing drawers and perform a set.
Yep. I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's how you showed up on mine, so.
Nah, I had some shorts on.
No, but the whole time you was doing it, you was playing the game at the same time. Cause when you logged in, and this was the craziest thing, I seen you down at the bottom, and I'm like, is this nigga talking and playing the game at the same time?
Yeah, I would.
I thought, you know what? That was probably the most dopest shit that I seen someone do when I invite them. Cause I've seen all type of shit from me, with me recording with other people, but I ain't never seen nothing like that. Never. So I that's kudos to you. I mean, man, I take my hat off, cause you was really in that game, but you was talking at the same time. So.
Man, this game is Gangsta Las Vegas, man. It's on my iPhone, bro. It was like a cheaper version of GTA. The game was free, and I was really into it. I like on a police chase or something that had, killed some people. I was like, I gotta go play it. So, and then I had the TV on at the same time, with just on mute with the caption going off at the bottom. So I was like, what was it, like a Wednesday or something you was interviewing me? Or was it Sunday?
Yeah, it was a Wednesday.
Yeah, and I'm a big wrestling fan, so All Elite Wrestling was on, so I had to watch it at the same time. At least you know. Okay. But
I know now. Back then, I did it. You say shit. You was just like, I said, okay, Wednesday, 8. All right, bro, I'm gonna show up. Then he was like, well, my shit might go off because it's, storming here. I'm like, all right. And then you just left. You peaced out. You didn't even say nothing. So
I did. I texted in the box. So I was like, I gotta dip out because I gotta go to work. I gotta be up at 4:30 in the morning. So like, I had a bad experience with one of these podcasters had me on their joint for like 2 hours, and I just snapped. I went the fuck off. Yeah. It was about the Will Smith and the Chris Rock. I just snapped the fuck off. I was like, I was like, this is too long. I wish y'all the best. If you do post it, you can tag me, invite collaboration. I got you, but nah, we're not. you got an hour with me at the most. That's yeah. Yeah, like you go 2 hours on the same topic and no.
Yeah, I get it. I like to tell everybody I do no minimum 20, no more than 45. Cause after that, that's not much more you talk about unless you got at least 3 people. But I'm not going to spend 2 hours talking about something that could be covered in like 20, 30 minutes. That's just too long.
But he kept inviting people into the shit too. Like he kept inviting more people in. I was like, you know what? At 30 minutes, I was like, all right. And I was like, look, I gotta go.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
Wrap this shit up. Like, yeah. I gotta go. Let's wrap this shit up. I gotta go.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So, I'll ask you this: what's like been the crazy experience you had with you like being on different podcasts, just on podcasts alone, not in your comedy adventures?
I did a podcast with these 2 girls. I ain't gonna say their names. And the topic was, is your mother involved in your relationship? And I was like, no, why would my family be involved in my relationship? And they just kept coming with these different scenarios, and I just stood my ground. I was like, no, my mother's not getting involved in my relationship. She'll know about you, she'll meet you, but she's not gonna be involved. And I guess one of the girls was really cute. So what did I do? Slid in them DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Her friend, the co-host, had started a podcast network and put me on her shit. And she was like, yeah, she was telling me that you tried to shoot her a shot for her, but you low-key made her cry.
What?
I'm an asshole. You know what I mean? I say, I don't bite back. I said, this is a dumb topic. We talking about this. Like, it doesn't make sense for my mom to be involved in my relationship. And they just kept reaching. And it was to the point it was like literally just starting to piss me off. I'm like, yo, why would she? Like, I was just standing like, yo, I was like, let me just turn on the comedic. Let me turn up a notch. So yeah, I kept shooting my shot at her. I was like, yeah, get to know you. And then it is. And then when I found out I had made her cry, I was like, yeah, let me get out these DMs right quick and hit an unsend. Yeah, blew that one.
Yeah. I had not well. So I was on this one podcast, and me and this girl, we were going back and forth because I had this topic. Well, I don't want to say it because then people go look it up, but we were fine. But then she tried to come at me, and I'm like, I'm not the person you want to do this with. Don't. And she just kept coming. I was like, okay, that's why your podcast is filled with nothing but He-Man woman haters. You don't have not one male on there who's done anything that's going to give you some type of character reference. So you just need to stop. Because at the end of the day, I'm a strong black man that stands on my own, and there ain't shit you can say to me or about me is going to make me feel less than. And she just kept trying. I was like, okay, that's why you're single and you ain't got no man. You got 3 kids and you got a podcast talking about women's rights. Yeah, let's make that make sense. And then ever since then, both her and her co-host have blocked me on Instagram. And I even tried to reach out because I had some stuff in the works that I wanted them to be a part of. It was like, no, you disrespect both of us. I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't disrespect you. I just told you the truth. There's a difference. If you can't handle the truth, then, maybe you should do something about your sorry, sad ass life.
They don't realize that this is your opinion, right? And they're asking you to join and give your opinion, and just because they don't agree with your opinion, they get all in their feelings. You know what I mean? And then you get blocked, and then I bet you they ran you through the mud on an episode. You probably can't even see a clip. I bet you they tried to run you through the mud. And Will's man, he's the next Kevin Samuels.
Shit, I wish. I would love to be the next Kevin Samuels. I would like to say a lot more shit just like he did, because a lot of shit he said is so true. Women are getting over every which way, and they feel as though they're the victims, which I don't understand that. I don't. How can you say you want a high-value man, but you're not doing anything to get one? And you're not even in a high-value position yourself. You work at Burger King, but you want a 6-figure man. Like, make that make sense. You want a Burger bag, but your whole paycheck is not even amounts to what a Burger bag would be.
And Burger bag's $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could find a woman that gets $150,000 net pay, then I need to go ahead and go figure out what the hell she got on her resume so we can both get it.
You gotta remember, people don't know the difference between net and gross pay. So
they gonna have to Google it.
Yes. Even men out here too, they don't know the difference. No one seems to want to know the difference when we want to talk about everything. No one wants to do their research about nothing. Nothing at all.
Instant gratification.
True. Very true, my brother. Yeah, you can't say that loud enough, because people they don't think for themselves. They want everybody else to do it for them.
And then get mad when shit don't go their way.
Absolutely. That's how the world works. Well, now it does.
So, well, I'm gonna be honest with you, Will. We are hitting our 40-minute mark.
I see that, man.
Yeah, I already know. You already know how I am.
I mean, I was just here, brother, because you invited me. Happy
I had
that
to show love
you had
back.
me on.
I had to show love back because you put me on. I gotta be my natural comedic self.
Yeah.
As an asshole. Which I hope
we all have
whoever is gonna book me just gonna expect. I'm gonna make the dumbest facial expression that you're gonna ever see.
And that's fine because it's the shit that is said beforehand that makes the reaction so much more. Like I said, people, go back to the episode that I did with him and just go watch his bits of him just listening and the shit that's being said. And it's almost like, I think there was a part where he raised his hand like, can I speak? And seriously, that really happened, and I'm just happy that we came in contact with each other. Because, man, like I said in the beginning, you are dope. You doing well, and keep doing it. The grind is gonna pay off. We all know that, so don't stop, man. Because you doing well. You really are.
Likewise, really everybody want to be famous, but they want to put in the work.
Man, I put in the work every day. So
and you got t-shirts, and this man got merch.
Yep, and I have now officially my own production company, so.
Yes. I ain't got no sound bites or nothing, but I'm going to clap it up for you.
Well, thank you. Hey, man, I'm trying to be better each and every, because I heard this, I forget where it was, it's like, podcasting can even be a hobby or a business. If it's a business, you actually have to make money from it, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I have my t-shirts, I have my production company, everything is ran through there, and I just try to be better. So, and people are not looking at it like that. They're just like, oh, I got a podcast, I'm going to start talking about shit. Yeah, you talk about shit, but it's going to be relevant to where it makes a difference for somebody else. Like, who are you reaching and why? And that's what I got into podcasting for, just, be able to express some things. But on my journey of meeting people like you and other ones, it's like a lot of good can come out of it if you put your all into it. So,
facts. And study other podcasts, no matter if it's big, in the middle, or small. Like, study what they're doing, and I'm gonna recommend this too. Watch them on mute. Like, watch old talk shows as well on mute. Like, I watch Petey Green, Arsenio Hall, Queen Latifah stuff, and I watch them on mute. YouTube is a rabbit hole, so you can find anything that you want up there. And when you watch them on mute, notice how they control the crowd. Notice how they, pay attention to the audience and the guests, and they do their research and do that. Because most of this stuff is a passion project. You know what I mean? Yep. You get passionate about your microphone, you get passionate about, your guests and things of that nature. And then, try and turn your passion into a profit, but don't lose sight of the passion or the goals. Just because you make it go viral or you start making the millions or whatever, make sure that you realize that that's not the end result. That's where you actually got to put in more work than what you're already doing to get to that point.
True.
The grind never stops. Don't look for instant gratification, because it's not going to happen. Don't get upset when you see your friends repost something after you asked them to repost your clip, and they didn't post a clip of another podcast, and you didn't talk about the same thing that bigger podcast and talked about. But it is what it is. Don't be afraid to take a chance. Don't be afraid to risk. The worst thing somebody can say is no. That's why I hit up those big celebrities. I know they went into the spam, but Angela Yee, I just want to let you know I love you.
Same here. Damn, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
And so the girl in the yellow dress just keep dancing to this Monica song. I put it as my WCW, WCM, WCE.
I saw that, like, he got a point here. Yeah, he got a point. So I was with you on that one.
She liked it. She liked the story. She heart the story.
Oh, damn.
I was like, I follow her on Facebook, and I was like, she's like, yeah, I hope my first boyfriend, my last one. I said, we go ahead and make this happen right now.
Hey man, all it takes is a yes.
That's all I need.
And let me say this before we got out of here. So like a few weeks on my story, there was a rapper who had actually watched everything that I was putting on my story. And I reached out to him and it said seen, but it was one of those who had the blue check. And I'm like, this is like godsend right here. Like my stuff is getting out there in more ways than I thought it was. And I don't even know how. I really don't. Cause I'm not putting no hashtags or nothing. I'm just straight posting to the story.
I think you gotta do reels. I mean, well, that's the story, but I don't know. Some setting. I just got asked to join the Illuminati before we got on the before we got to this point. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got the screenshot. I'm gonna post it on my story later on, just because it's me. But it is godsend, man. You'd be surprised though, bro. Like, just keep going. You know, just keep posting, submit your RSS code to whatever you can submit your RSS code to.
Okay.
No matter how big or how small it is. Like, I think I'm on so much stuff. I downloaded the apps just to see how they work. Just keep submitting RSS codes, sending those DMs out. If they page private, you know, you gotta send a message, send an email out. You know, just keep grinding, because somebody gonna say yes. You know what I mean? And definitely. it could be a big one. Who knows? TK may come to you tomorrow. I'm like, yo, can you do this interview with me? Oh, I got a little time. I'm
just waiting. So I'm trying my best. You know, I put forth to the grind every day. I'm always recording, but it's the episodes that I've become more and more passionate about, because I actually like sitting talking with like you or with a panel. I haven't did one in a couple weeks because I was on business. Like, I went out to Arizona to a sex club, so that was wonderful. And that I came back and like it was 109 degrees in Arizona all 3 days, and I came back with the fucking flu. Like, my body was just so recuperating from everything. But yep, I saw.
You went to a what?
I went to a sex club or swingers club in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona to be exact. And the name of it is The Hive. You got questions, I got answers. Go ahead.
Nah, you good. Because I know about these swinger clubs. I didn't perform that one. But look, so you came back with the flu.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, bro.
Yep. I mean, I got tested and everything. It wasn't COVID, it wasn't monkeypox, but, you know, there was a lot of fucking going on in there. I saw shit that I saw a guy get flogged or flagged, whatever the hell it's called, where you get whipped, basically. I talked to another guy who said he had a dominatrix quit because she couldn't break his threshold. Like, it's on my episode that I did. Go check that out, called Experience Like No Other. And then I got 3 episodes posted right now that you can go check out that will be dropping, that you can see. I got to interview a couple people at the sex club itself. But man, I saw a 70-year-old woman walking around in a fishnet leotard, just letting it all hang out. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
You better be careful. Her gout gonna act up.
I was more worried about her getting the flu because, you know, she looked like she was a little cold. So. All right, so I guess it's that time to get out of here.
I wonder, like, was someone would go like, her great greats a granny got holes in her panties. You know, I was thinking before we go off, I'm gonna say this shit because I said it the other night. You remember BET Uncut?
Yeah, who does it?
Okay,
who does it?
Where are all the video vixens at? They somebody grandmama, great auntie, rich auntie. Now, think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of them are starting to drop like flies. Because I think like a month and a half ago, I saw one that just recently passed away of natural causes.
Yeah. I'm like, RIP to her, but I'm just thinking like somebody grandmama was in them videos.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody abuela was in those videos. Get a debit card. Was getting
side clutch her ass. Must be a face because ain't your ass on your tip drip.
What happens if like in a far realm, somebody, a kid about 16 years old, was like, yo, I was just listening to the Mike Jones still tipping on fofos, and grandma, was that you in the front seat of the car with Slim Thug?
Or there was this one song used to be on there. I think it used to go, I want to kick it tonight. Oh,
so baby girl, tell me what that thing smell like.
Yep. Okay, so I'm not the only one who remember that.
I got it on my Apple playlist. I put it on my Apple Music. I found it. It was a good song. That and that, I ain't got no panties on. It was like, I ain't got no panties on. And then they got real aggressive. He was like, put them panties on. Pull them on.
Or what about that? There was another one called, time for freaking, time to come clean, Barlow. I think that's how it goes, but something like that.
This shit nasty, man. God damn. Like,
but see, that shit would get away today. Like, absolutely today. Imagine if that was up now. It would be a cut. It'd just be BET.
BET is more focused on these bad Tyler Perry shows and reruns of House of Brown, House of Pain, and these movies that you ain't never heard of. But they be good, though.
Shit, okay.
I want to know if they gonna play Hunt for Jesus Save Your Soul on BET when they get out Peacock.
I'm about to go watch that right now. I forget the.
You ain't seen it yet?
No, I haven't. I saw it. Yeah.
So, talk to me after you see it.
Okay. I got you.
Hit me up in the DM and let me know what you think.
Yeah, I got you. No problem. I'll hit you up.
Yeah, hit that up and watch it all the way through and be like, what? BT is not going to put this on their channel. BT is not going to get that. I was just happy Disney bought the rights to Black Panther because I knew they would play the hell out of Black Panther on BT, just like they did Baby Boy, the Tupac movie, and Biggie. Oh, God.
Okay, I got no comment on that one. No comment. But this was fun, man. This was. You gotta have me back.
Yeah, man. We had 1-2 time guest up there, and that was my boy Zay. Because I gotta line up the shit. Because I gotta make sure I don't put you in a place with a sex worker or a fetish model.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to follow a sex worker, a fetish model, or even a dominatrix. So it's kind of hard. And I'm trying to get OG Melvin Farmer up here, the Crip that checked Charleston White on Balls Talk, and Alatola, forgot his name, but I want one of them up there bad. I'm not a Crip, not a Blood. I want one of them bad up there. You understand me? But they ain't posting that on their social media since 2020. So I got to find a way to get in contact with them somehow.
Damn. Well, hit me up and give me the info so if I get Sydney Star on, because I would love to have that interview.
Send her a DM. See her a DM. And she might charge you, but send her DM.
Charge me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
Hey, man. Money making mission. Send her a DM. Just say, hey, Sid, Rome sent me.
Okay.
And then Rome will, she'll do the interview. She might get 10 minutes like I did, but
10 minutes.
That's all I got.
Fine. Okay. That's fine with me. I just say I'll support you and I'll subscribe to your OnlyFans. So.
Oh, so then she gonna want to see that's
the receipts.
Yeah. Because I had to subscribe to one porn star's OnlyFans, and I screenshot and sent her the DM. That joint still says sent, and it's been months. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. That's it.
That's fucked up.
I was like, I done wasted $8, man, trying to get in. I waited till the joint went on sale, too. I done wasted $8 for nothing. I was hot as hell. I was like, yeah, I subscribed. I sent a screenshot that said I subscribed. I had to create an account and everything. And I wasted $8 I was hot. And you know how embarrassing it is to subscribe to an OnlyFans account? Because the way my bank account is set up, they'll call me for anything that's fraud. And you gotta tell them, yeah, I'm trying to subscribe to OnlyFans. And she on the back. She in the background like, girl, you won't believe this shit. Yeah, this little dude nasty as shit. And they charge you, I'm gonna tell you, they charge you 10 cents to even put your debit card in the bitch. And then when you subscribe, you gotta hit it. And you can't close out the web page. You gotta leave the shit blurring. And I remember my bank just kept texting me like, we noticed a suspicious fraud alert.
Shit.
We should notice some fraud going on your account. Text Y for yes if this is valid. Text N if you didn't do it. And I'm like texting Y, and then they calling me and stuff. I'm like, it's like 2:00 in the morning, and it's already suspicious because it's 2 a.m. I'm like, I'm like, and then I subscribe. I pay $8.10, and then I took my, you gotta take your debit card off the shit. Cause I ain't want like reoccurring charges on my debit card, and they like, and the lady was like, Mr. Davis, did you meant to? I said, yes, ma'am, I meant to subscribe to it, and I was like, this is bullshit. I was like, I subscribed, and then like I had one. Let me get this. I had one. She had a loyal fan. She said OnlyFans wasn't paying, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna subscribe to it just to get the interview. I subscribed. That shit was like $15. I subscribed to the shit. And bro, I went through so many hoops and hurdles. They got 3 months of subscriptions of my debit card. I was hot. I said no. I was like, but the reason she didn't do the interview or something, it was just communication drop. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it dropped when month 4 and you didn't see my name as a subscriber up there. Funky bitch. I was mad as hell, boy. Hey, I was like, fuck, that's fucking that's what, $45 plus the $8.10, $53 in subscription. And then when you like call to I like to dispute this charge on my card, you disputed the charge, then next thing you know, you banned from OnlyFans. You gotta come with a whole new email address and all that. I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I'm trying to put the podcast on OnlyFans too, just as a clickbait, just so I can put it on something.
Sure about OnlyFans. You might as well just go Patreon then if you're gonna do that.
I mean, the OnlyFans is gonna be free.
True. Okay.
It was just clickbait.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
But to that porn star that made me subscribe to your shit, them too, y'all going to hell for making me do that. And I had to screenshot and tell my bank why I'm up here at 2:00 in the morning subscribing to an OnlyFans website. And they don't even got his OnlyFans on debit card. It say something with sex in it. It's not even discreet. It's
I can't with you. Okay, I need to go. I need to go.
Well, if they want to get in contact with you, listen to your show, how do they do that?
Well, for those listening, you can search all platforms when it comes to podcasts, Sarcasm and Orgasms. You can also look me up on YouTube, Sarcasm Orgasms. If you want to be a guest, send a comment, a DM, hit me up on Instagram. That's Sarcasm 2_orgasm. And let's get sarcastic. I'm always on there, always posting something dumb and intriguing, but you know what? I like to get sarcastic, keep it interesting. So, yes, that's how you can get a hold of me. And also, if you're interested in buying a T-shirt and being part of the SNO family, go to my Instagram. The link is right there. You can just click it, order you a shirt, and you can get it. It comes in 10 different colors and 6 different sizes. So, yeah, there's a lot going on that you can do if you're interested.
If you guys want to follow the show, No ID Media TV, that's on Instagram and YouTube. No ID. You click the link in that bio. Like, share, comment, subscribe, rate, repost, share, tell a friend. Make sure you support Will with Sarcasm Orgasms. He's doing some amazing things up there. Make sure you check out the interview with me first before you check out other ones.
Yep. Definitely.
If you want to see any of my comedy shows, make sure you guys go to Instagram or Twitter. Now I got a TikTok at Rome with an X and Diddy. That's in homage to one of my friends that recently passed away. So we're going to leave it at that. But make sure you support black content creators, black talk shows.
Definitely.
Podcasts, cooking shows, whatever, because we actually need more black media in general. Will, I appreciate you being a guest, man. It's a good time. I appreciate you coming up here and talking your shit.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. I'm humble. I'm honored. Like I said, you are a dope comedian. You got a sense of humor that a lot of people could get. So thank you so much, man. Thank you.
My brother, I appreciate you, bro. We signing off.
Peace, man. You take care. Thank you, everybody. Y'all take care.